Hello everyone. I'm not doing anything and I really want to do this video. I obviously was not tagged in it because no one really knows who I am yet, but that's fine. I don't really care. So this is going to be the social media book tag. I think this is really awesome. I've added a few social media networks. Piece of paper right here that has all the social media things on it. And let's get started. Number 1 is Twitter, your favorite shortest book. Mine is Tuck Everlasting. It is only, well, it's 138 pages, but mind you, they're not very big pages. This is the shortest book I own. I love this. It's a children's book, but it's written so amazingly well. It's just perfection, the writing in this. And of course has a life lesson in it. And I don't know, it's just, Tuck Everlasting is a beautiful book. I wish I had the original cover, but this is the one I found it in when I went to Goodwill that one time. And it's so worth it. I highly recommend this. It's so good. Love, 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 love this book. Second, this is Facebook, a book you were pressured into reading. I have 2 books for this. The first, well, and both of them are for the same person, but it's not just like a person who recommended it. It's people were, like, you know, I kept watching YouTube videos and I was watching, like looking at my friends' Instagram photos, and they were all talking about these books. So it was a bunch of things leading up to it, and the 2 were The Fault in Our Stars by John Green and the Divergent series by Veronica Roth. They're both amazing. I love both of, I love this book. I read it in a day. It's so sad and beautiful. Thank you, Maribel, for letting me borrow hers before I bought mine. And she also, you know, we watched the movie and I was like, God, I need to read the series. And it was just so many things. Like, people were, you know, like, oh, I'm on the 2nd book and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, F it. I need to read it. So the 3rd one is Tumblr, a book you read before it was cool. I am very proud to say that I read Hunger Games before it was cool. I read this my junior year in high school, like that summer when it came out, because this came out in 2007 or 2008. It's one of those 2. Let's just say I had to wait for the 2nd book to come out, and then I had to wait for the 3rd book to come out. So yeah, I read Hunger Games before anyone knew, and I remember telling my friend about it, the one who recommended The Fault in Our Stars. She read it, and then she bought the last book before I did, so she let me borrow her last book too. But very proud to say, got on this train before y'all did. What? Instagram, a book you thought was so beautiful you just had to Instagram it. I'm going to try and insert a photo of the photo that I took of this book, but it is Beautiful Darkness by Cami Garcia and Margaret Stoll. What I love about this is the reflection that this has, and it came out so beautiful on my Instagram. I loved it. It's like a collage though, of like candles, the book, and then it opened because I was reading it at the time, but it came out really pretty. So Beautiful Darkness. YouTube, a book you would like to see turned into a movie. For me, that is Life After Genius by M. Ann Jacoby. Okay, this book is like thebomb.com. It's funny. You're wondering what in the world happened to this Mead kid the entire time that drove him away from school. And the ending is still kind of confusing, but it's so awesome. This is one of those that I could see being an independent film. It can't be like a super big budget because then it'll just be like shit. But if this was like an indie film, and I could totally see the guy from It's Kind of a Funny Story. I don't remember his name. I'll probably put it in somewhere. But love this book. It's really good. I would love to see this in a movie. And it like jumps back and forth, like, you know, a year, 2 years prior, and then present. So it jumps back and forth, and little by little, the past tense is less time. It's not as far apart. You know, at first it starts off like 2 years ago, and then present. Then it's like, you know, a year and 6 months ago, and then like a year, and then like 4 months ago. So it's really cool, like present, you know. Love. MySpace, a book you don't know whether you liked it or not. Like, you don't remember. And for me, that would have to be Dark Visions by L.J. Smith. I honestly only remember bits and pieces of this book. I don't remember a lot. It's kind of a monster. It's really thick. And I got this book because I love the Night World series. It's one of my favorites. But I read this and I just wasn't like super into it. And this has like 3 books in it apparently. It has Strange Power, The Possessed, The Passion. But it's just one of those that I would probably have to reread. I promise you. The thing is that I remember reading it. I don't remember what it's about, and I'm not going to look in the back and cheat, and I don't remember whether I like this or not. I want to say I probably maybe didn't. I don't know, because I didn't finish it either. There was like this much left that I had to finish. I never did. So I don't know. I'm going to add a couple. I'm adding 3. And then I'm going to go to Goodreads being the last one, which is one I recommend. So next, Vine, a book you would reread over and over and over again, or already have. And I have reread a book over and over again, kind of on loop. And my choice is Elizabeth Chandler's Kissed by an Angel. It's a trilogy. Actually, there's more books, but there's 3 books in here. And this is Kissed by an Angel, The Power of Love, and Soulmates. These books came out in 1995, and then like other books came out afterwards. But when I first got this book, I literally lent it to my friend. And because she, you know, was taking too long to read it, I wanted to reread it. I bought another one so then she could keep that one. So I've reread this book plenty of times. I haven't in a while, but I need to again because it's just a cute love story that I don't think is too fluffy and too like, oh, what's going on there. It has depth to it. And I don't know, it's an unlikely love that turns into tragedy. And, you know, there's that fantasy element in it, but not like to a crazy degree. It's just, it's a beautifully balanced book, and I love this, and I've reread it many times. Next is Pinterest, a book you talk about all the time but haven't actually read. The Immortal Instruments / Infernal Devices series. Yes, as you can tell, I said I wasn't gonna buy these. I bought the Infernal Devices. I haven't gotten the actual Mortal Instruments, but I was like, it's a prequel, I should read these first. Not that I've started, but I talk about these books all the time. I'm always like, oh my gosh, you know, look, the movie, the book, and I haven't even read it. Next is Google Plus, the book you've tried reading over and over again, yet you still don't understand. Naked Lunch by William S. Burroughs. When I first tried rereading this, I'm gonna admit I didn't understand anything. I got older, you know, I matured a little bit more, and then I was like watching a lot of documentaries at that time about a lot of twisted things, so I kind of understood this more. I mean, I haven't given it a try in over a year. Honestly, I think the last time I tried reading this was like 2-3 years ago. That's my phone. I have to be able to picture it in my head for me to completely understand it, and I couldn't do that when I first tried reading this, so much better than Google Plus though. And the last one is Goodreads, a book you would recommend to everyone. And for me, it's part of a series, but in all honesty, you don't actually have to read the series in a particular order. And it's the Dublin Police Squad series by Tina French. I always forget how to pronounce her name. And this is The Likeness. This is my favorite. I've only read 2 of the books from the series. There's many more, but this, it's not even about the series. It's just about this book. Really quickly, it's about a girl named Casey Maddox. She is a detective. She used to work undercover. And one of her old bosses / like friends she used to work with calls her up telling her she needs to go to a crime scene. And when she goes, she sees herself dead. It's a doppelganger. And what happens is they don't know what happened to that girl. So, because they're the exact same person, she infiltrates the house where that girl lived, and she starts talking to the roommates that she lived with to see what went wrong. And the thing is that yes, it's a mystery novel, but it's not so out there. And I feel like she balanced this book really well. The writing is beautiful. It really captures you, even though it's one of those books that has like a crap ton of writing in it, and it's not that small. It still is a fast read just because you don't want to put it down type of book. I mean, I hope you guys would think the same thing, but I thoroughly enjoy this book. It keeps you on your toes without dragging it out, and that's probably the absolute best part about it. That is the end of the tag. I hope you guys liked how I did it, you know, added a few little extras in there, but they just had to be done. And quite frankly, I love Vine, so I had to throw that one in there. So I'll see you guys in my next video, which I may or may not actually film right after this, because I kind of want to do the burn, rewrite, and reread. So we'll see.